showing a movie called Ice, and it is about ice, basically, but it's a movie that kind of starts local and moves into a space of imagination. So it starts with very detailed idea about this is ice in an exterior environment, and it moves into sort of an imaginary space of ice. And it's sort of a reference in a way of time. Ice is a kind of a way of representing the idea of things freezing over or having started from the Ice Age. So it's this kind of enclosed, encapsulated idea about culture and time. The project was born, a lot of my movies, when I make them, I start by just walking out the door and seeing what's in front of me and getting excited about that. That's what happened in this case. I saw the ice and I started to play with layers of shooting in the ice, and then moved into a public park where people were skating, and just kind of kept developing a rhythm through shooting of that. And as I was shooting it, I was realizing what was being born. I think the thoughts that were happening were a result of what I was seeing and how I was seeing the connections between things as they were happening, rather than having a plan to attack it beforehand. You know, it's interesting because I didn't even have this title, Ice, in mind, even though I was shooting ice. It wasn't until the last shots where I realized what the title was. And then I do all the soundtrack preparation myself, yeah. Sometimes I record in the field. In this case, I had been working on another project that I used some sound for too. So I usually do some kind of very simple collage for the soundtrack myself. And I'm a musician and a painter originally. Was not interested in filmmaking and got into film a little bit because of its collage aspect. The idea of like joining these two things, image and sound is one thing, but also that montage is a kind of collage of image, and you end up with soundtrack work doing a collage, like a sound collage. I don't think it's thought of as a collage, like a haphazard collage typically. People think of it linearly. But for me, a lot of times the choices are a little bit impulsive, like, oh, I'll take that sound and I'll try that sound and let's just see what happens. Yeah, I'm still playing music, and I just started drawing again. They're very different activities, but I'm noticing that they still use similar, they still have similar features, one of which is improvisation. Like when I do a drawing, a lot of times I'm not doing drawings from life. I'm improvising with the materials to sort of see what will happen as I move. And I would say the same thing as I play the piano almost every day. And as I play, yes, I'm memorizing a Bach piece, that's one discipline, but the thing that I really love to do is to just let what happens on the piano and play those improvisational games. And so that I've been doing with film for a while now, maybe a decade, and have gotten really kind of excited about those results, but they are different. So I think they're all running in parallel. But I think that people have different relationships to the tools that they're using. So like, for example, I'm using a 16mm Bolex now, and I've grown to love that camera. At first I was like shocked by it for many years. I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with that thing. And I had another RE camera that I used that was big and, you know, took serious shots and stuff. And the Bolex, I couldn't quite get it. Now I'm in love with that thing. And it's a relationship with not the thing as representative of technology, but as something that sort of shares gestures with me, I think is really what it is. And it also is something where I've appreciated so much what the light has done on film, like the transformation of the light, in the context that I'm able to place the Bolex in ways that, like with a larger camera, film camera, I probably couldn't, and certainly not with video. So, and with video, I do a very different thing than I do with this. But I don't think I'm a master craftsman with video. It's just that I think that sometimes an object that we call technology kind of suggests the idea that you have a physical relationship with it and what's beyond it, what it's doing that's unique.